All righty, ladies and gentlemen, uh, we are here checking out a pretty cool project. We're going to be having a chat with Mr. Harry himself, one of the team members and I believe the founders of Eternal Cache, which is a pretty cool project that I've been having a look at personally over the last few days. And we're just going to get his, have some questions about the project, get his, and find out a little bit more, dig into it. We're going to ask questions like, how did he come up with the name? What's the purpose? Goals? What inspired him? And yeah, we're going to look at this from a little bit of a different angle, and we really just want to get into his mindset and see what he has to say about crypto itself as well, and the industry moving forward, and see if we can get some of his speculations or analysis on Bitcoin and maybe some other meme coins, and see maybe what he's even dabbling in. So I'm just gonna line up the call with him now, and we'll get straight into it, guys. So let's check this out, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Where is he? Just 1 second. We gotta disable some privacy settings for Telegram to get the call started. 1 second. Alrighty, there we go. We've finally worked it out. How you going, Harry?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Oh,
Oh wait,
dude.
I am myself twice now.
Oh, you.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
good now.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Okay,
good
sweet.
now.
Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, so dude, lovely to have you on. And also, thank you very much for taking the time. I'm sure, I know what you developers are like. You love your time alone, and you love working and working on your projects late at night and whatnot. But Eternal Cache, man, this looks really interesting. Can you first, what tell us what Eternal Cache is all about? What's yeah? What is EC?
Well, EC. Well, it started with our own casino. Me and Logic, we go way back, and we always worked for other projects, and we always developed for other people. And yeah, this time, we were in Greg Zilla's group, and people were all like, "Oh, come on, Harry, you should do something with your developments, and yeah, please build something for us." That's it. It kind of started like that, and well, then I contacted Logic, and I said, "Well, let's do something very cool, and let's build a casino, decks, charts. Let's build everything. We build everything just to show the people that you don't have to lean on one thing only. Like, for example, we are. Well, I am building with somebody else on Eternal Charts, and it's like it's going to be a coin gecko, and also for the meme coins charts. It's just for me to show you don't have to lean on something small like that. We Eternal Cash are everything in one package. And that's we're still small at the moment, and with our other project, Extend Finance, we already show that we can reach a lot of people because we got like 10K holders, right, at Extend Finance.
Mm-hmm.
And once we get uh, that level on Eternal Cash, then yeah, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I mean, looking over the website when I've had a few little private sticky beaks at it, I mean, you really, like you said, everything in the one sort of platform. I mean, the tokenomics of this must be absolutely huge, because like you said, you've got a Dex. And an entire platform that you're building for like a one-stop shop almost for people getting into crypto and people that want to be able to use your token for exchanging into other tokens and projects, and having that online casino and whatnot. But what's some of the goals for Eternal Cash? Like, what are the what inspired you to create those
Well,
goals?
for real, we we always make fun of it, but eventually our goal is to have our own EC island. And that sounds like totally, yeah, but it's for real. Like me and Logic, we want our own island. That's like, and it sounds far away, I know, but well, if you know Defiance, he's one of our well, yeah, he's one of our CEOs. Well, he's like he brings structure to our project. He been a broker. Yeah, well, he's a wealthy guy, and well, he already owns his own mountain, so well, island should be easy, right, for us. No, but eventually we want our own hotel, our own island. Yeah, but to start small, we want our casino to run good, our decks, and yeah, from there on, we just build on and build on and build on. But if eventually, if we have like the volume going in from our decks, people are just want to we be holding. They want to hold Eternal Cash just to get the fees from our platforms. You understand? Because if you hold Eternal Cash, you will get fees monthly from our platforms, from the casino, from the decks, from the charts. So yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, because reading over the website, man, it really does seem like the tokenomics is volume based. And it says here, like on your about us, like Eternal Cash Eco V2 platform is a place to find financial liberation. Our goal is to help you become financially independent. So, uh,
Mhm.
with that being said, you really have the peers looked out for. I mean, your hodlers, your investors, the people that are going to be utilizing your token, or coin. You've put them in the forefront, and I mean that's a really good step in any sort of business or project direction, because if you aren't looking at the customer or you're not looking after the customer, it's you really don't have a product, and that's where a lot of projects seem to fail, because they're not listening to their community, or they're not listening to
No,
what they
mostly
want.
most crypto projects are basically well, they are built to just steal money from other people
Mm,
and just and then leave,
yeah,
well,
yeah,
and that's why most tokens are, well, that's are also the tokens that are destroying our community, though.
exactly right.
And basically also that's why we are building, we want to build Eternal Cash, just to show you can do this on a good way and a legit way. That's why we also have a legit license for our casino.
Mm-hmm.
We do everything yeah, like we should.
Yeah, and that's a really good thing, and I feel that that's also a really good a really good thing to market, is that you should emphasize on that license part. I mean, I would on the website, man. Just a little, my personal opinion. Emphasize that you guys have a like a legitimate standing, for with your license and regulations and whatnot, because that seems to be a problem with online casinos and whatnot, and like people in Australia, for example, I believe online gambling and online casinos and whatnot is actually illegal, but I'm not too sure on the law behind that, but when you have or see a project like this, I mean, you really are looking after you guys from the project end, but also you're saying to your potential consumer, hey guys, we're here, we've got our licenses, we're going to be regulated, and it's just you're providing that safety net that not necessarily a lot of other projects do or have. And I mean, some of these casinos that I've seen, man, they pump some pretty big numbers, and they don't even like they operate illegally. And for you to have an actual license and say that this is how we're doing things, and we're not after your money, we're here to you know be a platform for you guys to make money. I mean, I believe like that's just how the crypto community should be. And just touching on what you said about these other tokens and whatnot that are coming into the space. I mean, I've been involved in cryptocurrency since about 2013. Heard about it in early 2009, but I've seen a lot of these new sort of networks and everything be built, and the transparency about cryptocurrency is perfect and beautiful, and I really do enjoy that part of it. But with that is also a burden, and that provides a place for scammers and for absolute idiots to come into the space and really take advantage of people's hard-earned money. And I feel like using that license to market, man, is really really good. So I'm really interested in Eternal Cash and what you guys are going to be doing moving forward.
Yeah,
Um,
well, it's same as with Eternal Cash. We started really from the bottom. We tried to do it as honest and yeah, as
it's
straightforward.
transparent, yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, we built our own casino. That's where we're running it now. But we were like not really um, satisfied with our casino now. So we were like, hey, come on, we have to. Eternal Cash is well, we got a license now. It's getting more serious now. Let's
of
yeah
course.
stick some actually big money in our casino, and yeah, so we did. We never used any of Eternal Cash money. We as far me stick my own personal funds in it. Logic did and Defiance did. So we basically yeah, that's I think that's also the beauty of us. We as developers, yeah, we are wealthy as fuck. That's basically yeah, that's we don't need the money to scam people, so I am in Bitcoin since 2012,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
having that said, I am retired 2 years ago. I am 32 right now, so yeah, I don't need to scam people for the money, so I do this for well, it's like well, I do this for for everybody, so it's not, of course, for it's beautiful to have your own project. Or well, Logic is well, I'm reading the chat. I'm like reading the chat. Oh, but he's 2011. He's well. That's why I'm saying our devs doesn't need money. We that's why we never. Yeah, I think that's the beauty of our projects too. That we have developers who are already very wealthy, and
You,
yeah, we
you're
just we
self-funding.
are
Yeah.
yeah, we are sticking our personal funds in our project for us, and we, of course, we know eventually it will pay us back because we know where we are going. That's yeah, well, I'm just going to say it. Defiance, he will, yeah, well, we always joke about it, but Defiance, like, I'm in a cage, and because Defiance, he wants me to operate structured. I'm
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
before Defiance was involved with Eternal Cash, I was like. Yeah, a monkey in a cage that was yelling everything. I was like this and that, and I want to do this, and I was always fucking around. So
Oh,
now
dude.
with Defiance, he's like, shut the fuck up. You have to shut the fuck up, bro. You say nothing anymore. But I'm gonna say this. With the casino, oh man, the casino will be like, I think, live in a week. Let's say a week. I think a week, because and then, oh man, our casino will have live dealers. Everything will be automatic. Oh man, it's going to be so fucking amazing. It's Yeah, man.
I can hear the excitement in your voice, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
really
But
can.
then we're gonna pump really money into the marketing. We never did that before. We never. All we did right now was just grow organic.
And that's beautiful.
Everything
Yeah.
is real for now. We never pumped nothing.
Yeah.
We just build, and yeah, our friends are, well, I think everybody in the Greg Zilla group is in Eternal Cash. And I think all the big holders are, yeah, I think, yeah.
It's
We are basically trying to show that how it can be done too, in
yeah.
in a good way, I hope.
Well, yeah, man. And if you're transparent like that, and you're transparent with your community, I mean, a really good I mean, meme coin like that Ask token or Ask Finance or whatever.
Hmm,
Um,
hmm.
you know the way that
I
they
made a
went about
shit ton of
things.
money at that token, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah. And the way that they've gone about being transparent with their community and actually listening, I mean, that's the power move right there. That's literally
yeah, man.
that's big braining.
The
Yeah.
community want to be involved.
Exactly right.
They want to be involved. It can be with a simple poll, like
Exactly.
you make the people decide where the monthly fee are going, or something
Yeah.
like that. It can
Exactly
be real
right.
simple.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I know.
if you involve your community, man, you will 1,000% go beyond the moon, mate. You'll be in fucking Jupiter before you know it. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so your live casino, you've been mentioning that a fair bit, man, and I've worked with a lot of really smart developers in my time. I've been able to work alongside them. And listen to what they have to say and just I thought I knew a little bit about the internet, but then I listen to some of these people talk, and they make me feel like I'm in a mental hospital. I just cannot comprehend mentally the extent of their brain functionality and how they think. It's really freaking good. But I would imagine that the casino has the live sports betting, the casino, and in general your entire tokenomics would uh would make a huge target for attackers. And security would be a huge thing that that you guys would need to be taking care of on a daily basis. And walk us through, maybe, like, have you guys been attacked
Yeah,
yet?
that's why.
Have
No, yeah, well, yeah, yeah, man. If with Extend Finance, well, not Eternal Cash, well, also, but with Extend Finance, we got a lot of attacks, especially dogs of DDoS attacks on our platforms, and
Yep, yep.
yeah, we learned from that phase. Yeah, now we are better prepared. That's why some things are taking a little more time right now, because we want to make sure that everything is perfect now. We don't want to put a platform out that's 99.9% ready. We want it to be 100% ready.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
check Pancake Swap right now. They're dealing with so many fucking issues right now.
Yeah.
We don't want that. We want, if we launch, we don't wanna, yeah, you always have to update, because browsers will, but we want to build something that's good forever, and
Mm.
yeah,
And you
that
want
takes time.
yeah, and you
Takes
want your
time, man.
community you want your community to feel safe as well. I mean, it's all well and
Fuck
good to
yeah.
bring out a really cool project and have a really cool platform and network established, but if that network is vulnerable to attacks or or threats, I mean that's a whole new ball game, and I feel like everybody's that's jumping on this sort of meme coin bandwagon, that's something that isn't spoken about, and I feel like it definitely needs to be something that is spoken about frequently and brought up. I mean, it's a really daunting topic to talk about, don't get me wrong. I hate talking about security vulnerabilities, or the online protection, or being safe when you're investing in new projects, but that's my whole goal with Watchlist is to talk about these things openly and be completely transparent. I want to be able to help educate people that are looking into investing in new projects. Case in point, Eternal Cash, for example. You just said yourself, you guys are looking at all your security. You want to make sure your security's fine before you launch, and that, I mean, that in itself, man, is playing the harmonica at perfect notes, and it's music to everybody's ears. To assure them that because you're delaying this, is you want to make sure that it is safe, that it is secure, and that there won't be these types of issues when it is live. I mean, yeah, you're setting yourself up for the right direction, man, and that's amazing to hear. And I, as soon as you started personally talking about Eternal Cash, when we first met in Greg Zilla's group, we were on that discussion, that call, and I was asking you those questions, man. Immediately, I felt like I just wanted to throw money at you just because of I wanted to support your project. I didn't think, oh, like, these guys might need it or anything like that. I just wanted to be involved and to help, just support you overall, because I find that I invest, or I look into projects that I support, and I look at people the same way. If people treat me with respect, and they show me that they want to be there, then I'll treat them exactly the same thing. But if they're being sneaky or two faced or going behind my back, then I'm not going to have a bar of it. So I
No,
really
totally.
enjoy and really love what you're doing with Eternal Cash, man. I really, really do. And dude,
That's great, man.
looking, like, going, just scrolling down your website, I'm looking at so much information. There's EC Lend, like you're gonna have a lending platform built into this as well.
Yeah, that's like Defion's big dream. He when first it was me and Logic, and of course we had all our supporters, and but then we decided to get Defiance on board, because we noticed we needed some structure in our yeah, in our way of working. Like Logic, he was always doing 10 things at a time, and I was always doing 10 things at a time. So
Yeah, wearing many
um,
hats. Yeah.
we needed somebody that would like sit on a chair and say like, hey guys, you can better focus on this, and we first work on this, and we publish this. And but one of his things was, he wanted to build a lens system. Yeah, you can see it like an online token pawn shop,
Yeah,
something like
right.
that.
Okay,
It's
yep, yep,
going to
yep.
be function, something like that.
Mhm, mhm.
um it's, we are working on it, though. It's going to be a project after, well, we are done with our casino and decks, and then we are going to work on EC Land.
Yep.
And yeah, it's
Yeah,
going to
awesome,
be
dude.
I
And what
think the idea behind this is because sometimes a pre-sale comes, and people don't have BNB or Ethereum or something, and so they sell a coin. Maybe sometimes they don't want to sell the coin, but they do because they want to ape in some sort of pre-sale.
Mhm,
So if you
mhm.
give them some sort of way of
being able to
like put
leverage.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No,
then yeah,
that's
I
good,
think
man.
then yeah,
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 that's
man.
awesome. Yeah, that'll really help people. More people also get involved in the space. I mean, that could be a great way to market Eternal Cash as well. Is you guys could be that sort of that step into helping others, expand and diverse their portfolio, because that is something that a lot of hodlers, that I myself learnt the hard way, but something that you really must do with your portfolio is diversify. So look at multiple projects that they don't need to
Oh
be,
yeah.
they don't need to be at, zero, and you need to
For
be there day
example,
one.
in what of kind of projects are you involved? What are you looking into crypto projects? If you are looking into a crypto project, like in what coins are you invested? Like let's say top 50 of
Top,
top 100.
oh, jeez, man. Look, for me, I look at projects that I believe are doing good for the world, and that are actually bringing out a really good service or a really good product. Projects that I've been invested in since the beginning would be XVG, Verge. I was really big on privacy, so I looked at a lot of privacy tokens. TRX. There's also is it Solano? I've put some money into Doge, but my strongest sort of my strongest investment has been Bitcoin overall, because the way I see it is we stack Bitcoin, we wait, and we enjoy the benefits of it. But yeah, out of that
Yeah,
top,
Bitcoin will always be some sort of diamond.
yeah,
I
exactly,
agree.
exactly, and
Bitcoin will always be some sort of king.
yeah,
It
exactly
will
right.
always be the king of blockchain. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
and a lot of new people that are getting involved in the space as well, they don't see that if Bitcoin drops, the overall cryptocurrency market cap falls drastically, and a lot of
Yeah.
these different networks, they're not built on Bitcoin's blockchain. Obviously, they're not built in their network, but they're still blockchain assets, and they all fall under Bitcoin, which is, lo and behold, yeah, that, like you said, that diamond currency, that mother currency, which is,
That will
if
always be.
exactly,
That will
exactly,
never change.
yeah, and it like I've seen projects that come out with a million tokens, and their value started at like 100,000 and then diminished, and it was, these types of projects I feel would just look like quick cash grabs for developers and whatnot. But then at the same time, I feel like the space has just evolved and grown like astronomically from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I mean,
Oh
crypto was
yeah.
just, it was just insane, and to think, holy shit, like how far have we actually come? Um,
But
you
it's
know,
like also we are manifesting it on ourselves. It's like, man,
exactly. We're in
these
control of it.
days,
Yeah.
yeah, these days when I drive my car, when I'm riding to the city, I see fucking Bitcoin advertisements.
Yeah.
Well, I never saw that in like, well, it's like since a couple of months, man. I don't know what
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fuck is happening, but it's happening. It's happening, and they can't stop it. They are trying at the moment. They are trying, but it's not working. It's the same with COVID-19. All the motherfuckers, they are all crashing right now. It's not going to work. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, I mean, they when it first started, I still remember people, like all the financial experts, saying it's a bubble, it's this, it's that, and I'm like, well, it's a pretty big bubble already. I mean, it's, it doesn't look like it's going to like pop. I believe that it's going to burst, and by
I
burst,
see
yeah,
somebody, Greg D in the chat. I think maybe I don't know. I don't know if it's Greg Zilla or maybe the we call him Small Greg because he has one G in Telegram. But if you don't own BTC and only buy alts, you aren't in crypto. You are just a hitchhiker. I
yeah,
totally agree with that.
yeah,
You
exactly,
always should have some sort of Bitcoin in your portfolio. I
exactly.
fucking yeah, and also Ethereum, and
Ethereum.
me and Defiance are very bullish. Well, whole Gregzilla group is bullish on Ahi Singularity Net.
Yep, yep.
I hold a lot though. Well, to be honest, I still have some Bitcoin from 2012. I hold for a long time, man. I did cash. Well, how I did it back in 2018. I cashed some out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Uh, just that I know I never have to work again.
Yeah, yeah.
That was my goal. I never want to do a 9 to 5 job ever fucking again.
Mm,
And
mm.
so I took some of my portfolio, and the rest I said I'm going to hodl it. It's for my kids. So I'm basically never going to touch it.
Yeah.
It's for my kids. Even when, well, yeah, it's not, yeah, well, even I in Holland we always say it's the dood of the gladiolen. It means the dead or the flowers. So yeah,
Oh,
it's one, yeah.
you're just a big
I don't
sweetheart, mate, aren't you?
yeah. I don't care if, well, I believe so much in crypto. It saved my life already. I am financially independent because of it. So the rest I will always hold for life. Oh wow, whoa, I fucking shocked. My kid is standing next to me all of a sudden. What the fuck?
um,
Wait, let me just talk to the people. I will just bring her upstairs. I
yeah,
will
no
be back in
problems,
one
man, no
minute.
problems. Oh,
Okay.
guys,
Oh,
this is definitely awesome. I mean, I've still got
what are you doing here?
a list of questions to ask Harry here about Eternal Cash. And to everybody in chat and that's being supportive of the stream, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. We're I hope that we're being pretty insightful so far, and that I'm asking the right questions. If there are questions that you want to be asked, type them in chat, and I'll ask Harry when he gets back. Um, yeah, well, we've we've seen a lot of projects start up in crypto and blockchain itself, in the DeFi space, and that's a whole new ball game, which has been dubbed
I'm back
the
though.
wild wild west. Yeah, but hey man, and I've seen these projects just. Like I've heard about people just going into the DeFi space with like a few $100 and then ripping out, the 10 to 20 to 100K and whatnot, and then projects just going nuts. And, you know, talking with Harry now, I mean, this is just instilling more confidence in what they're building and what they're wanting to achieve. And it seems like their hearts are actually in the right place. And I mean, you heard it from Harry himself. Crypto crypto saved his life, or not saved his life, but it's provided him a life that he's eternally thankful for. And it sounds like he really wants to give back. And I mean, a leader or an owner of a project who has those types of values, morals, and that entire perspective on an industry like cryptocurrency, I think everybody should definitely be checking out Eternal Cash, having a look, joining the Telegram group of Harry's, talking with Defiance and Logic, was it the other member of your
Yeah,
team? Yeah, and
yeah.
just getting to know the guys. I mean, they seem like really cool people, and they seem friendly enough that they're not going to bite your head off, which is really nice as
No,
well.
yeah. And we are
Um,
always active in our Telegram.
yeah,
You can always come and well, you can always have fun. You don't have to, but you can always have fun and
yeah,
talk about everything. About life. That's always we. Well, I think also Eternal Cash, our Telegram. It's like the most peaceful place, I think, in crypto place. We never have people fighting there or saying bad shit. It's yeah, it's true. It's always people
yeah.
help each other, and they even talk about life and spirit. How the fuck do I say that in English? But even we talk about everything.
Spirituality, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that. Yeah, it's amazing how people
Open up.
open up to each other. Yeah, because mostly
Oh
we
god.
are just anonymous people to each other.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am also Harry. They know Harry with a Gnome face. You know, it's Harry with the beard, and yeah, but lately I feel like the people are really opening up to each other, and yeah, I like that, man. It's good to see that. Yeah, that the people.
Coming together,
Um,
being connected, more
yeah,
connected,
man.
even though they're
Yeah,
across
man.
the world. Yeah, I love that too,
Yeah.
man. And how long have you actually been building the project for? And was it like you said, was it you and Logic who first started, or you and Defiance? You and
No, me and
Logic.
Logic.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Logic. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, when
Yeah,
like
me and
when did
Logic.
you start it, and yeah, and how long have you sort of been in production or building it for?
Well, I think we are really active for the last 3 4 months, building and yeah, getting our platforms where they are right now. And I think in for now with our platforms, they are going to be ready. Our casino will be ready in like a week, and our decks, let's say, in a month. Well, don't tie me on this time frames. Maybe it's 2 weeks, maybe it's 2 months, but let's say I think a month, and then we can, yeah. Then from then on, then it's gonna be, yeah, man, because we're gonna have fees from all sides, and yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, awesome. So you've been heavily working on it in 3 months, three since 3 months. When did it actually start? Like, do you have like your foundation date when you started that first line of code?
Yeah, probably. I can let me see. I can probably find that information. I probably saved that somewhere.
Because that'll be something that you could get your
It
community involved
was
in and definitely talk about.
100, well, let's say 180 days ago.
180
So
days ago.
that's,
Well, I'm not good at
yeah,
math, so don't ask me to
yeah.
calculate that.
How many?
I'll get
That's like
excited.
5 months, 5 months ago, like
Yeah,
seven,
right.
like
There you
five, six
go.
months ago.
Yeah,
But the
wow.
last 4 months, it went well. Well, it started funny. We were first on Ethereum, and yeah, it was in the in yeah, well, a pretty dippy time. Everything was fucked up. Gas fees were high, yeah.
Just the
So
normal.
yeah, and I went to Turkey to fix my teeth, and I went there to get new teeth. And so when I was there, Eternal Cash pumped like 30,000%. So yeah, that was like uh, yeah, that was like, yeah, that was like a confirmation to actually build at the most. Like, that was for me, like, now I'm going to build like the best and biggest platform ever, and I'm going to do it, and nobody's going to fucking stop me right now. And yeah, since then they always ask me, oh, Harry, when are you going to the dentist, and all. Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
That's
I love
awesome,
it.
man.
I
And
love I love the community. It's well, it's not the community. I am, the beauty of, I think it's also, I don't feel like somebody special, we are all equal. We I am not somebody. We are all the same, me, Grexilla, Logic, Peter, Tommy. We all have our own talents. It's that
mm-hmm,
that's
mm-hmm.
that's that's beautiful. So we never pretend to be bigger than somebody else, because yeah, we really respect each other. Yeah, I think, yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's really good, man. And as we've spoken about before, it's really important to have, especially in this type of space. And so you've got 3 team members. Do you plan on expanding your team, or are you guys going to sort of stay that sort of that tight, close knit team, like the hipster, the hacker, and the hustler? Is what I used to say with startups in the digital world. Three main pillars of any project or business is having those 3 key people, which is the hacker, the developer, the person who writes all the code, the creates the infrastructure of the business, the hipster, which is that cool sort of funky dude that does all the marketing, the design. He knows the current trends and styles and whatnot. And then there's the hustler, who's the businessman. This is the dude who's King Dick, pretty much. He knows his shit. Knows his shit. He knows what he's talking about. If he says, I'm gonna get this man on board, he fucking gets him on board. If he picks up I feel like that was the three main people.
Oh, that has to be Defiance,
Yeah, man, that's what I was thinking, dude. Because I've been involved in business for a while now, right? And every type of project that I've sunk my teeth into or started running myself, that's exactly how I've sort of built projects upon it. I mean, I've had a couple of successful businesses, generated some good cash for myself, and set myself up, and I was able to I could go out and buy myself bloody $2,000 pair of sunglasses, or a new suit, or new shoes, or loafers, or whatever. I could do that type of stuff without worrying. And I feel like it's really important to have those three key people in your business. So yeah, I was just wondering.
Yeah, we have, man. We
Yeah.
well, I think everybody, we do a lot of things. Like
Yeah, you wear all the hats.
yeah, like but that's like the beauty. That's why we needed somebody like Defiance. And but I think I am Harry is doing more like the marketing, and he knows all the trends. And I am a pretty good coder. I also do building platforms. I think, and Logic always really focus on the platforms. And
Mm-hmm.
Defiance is like our, yeah, he brings the structure. He wants to know how legit is something, how good are, how build up are the rules, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah. And that's so when Defiance came on board, it became one. Yeah, the picture was complete, for like then. Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
awesome. And
but hopefully, yeah, hopefully in the future, I hope to expand well, wait, let me not forget Nurse. We have Nurse, and she's not really in the team, but she always been a real supporter. She is a team member. Yeah, well, we always call her our nurse. She always take care of us when we are down. And I just wanted to have that said. She's very important to us. And
oh, that's really
well, to
awesome to
me
hear,
to me
man.
and Logic, well, yeah, well, it's not, well, it's the core is three people, but I think I think the whole Gregzilla group,
Mm-hmm.
everybody in the Gregzilla, and Tommy, Peter, Small Greg, and well, everybody in the group, they are involved in some way, and they are all important. Like
Mm-hmm.
I am
Mm-hmm.
important to Eternal Cache, or Gregzilla, and Peter Box. They are also important to Eternal Cache, because somehow, yeah, they also are connected with, yeah, I don't know. I think the whole Gregzilla group is in some way connected with Eternal Cache. I don't know if that's true. It's just my feeling. I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome,
Greg
man.
Seller is the marketing manager. Well, he doesn't like that. We always send the shitty people to Greg. Like, oh, you got a marketing proposal? Go to Greg.
Oh dear.
Oh,
And
oh yeah.
how did Eternal Cache come about? Like how did the idea, what inspired you with the idea? Were you just sitting there one day and you were bored, or like what happened?
No, it was not. Yeah, well, bored. Yeah, well, the Greg also, we again, the Gregzilla group.
Mm-hmm.
We first had fun. Like, oh, you should build a Greg Harry coin, that you have a Greg, and then you can farm a Harry coin. Where we first had fun like that. But yeah, then I spoke with Logic, and I knew that he had a casino license, and that we could build something really legit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, from there we just went like, hey guys, should we do this? Should we build this? And yeah, well, basically everybody was like, yeah, yeah, fuck yeah, let's go. And yeah, then we just started, and yeah,
That's awesome, man.
we are, yeah, man,
And why the name Eternal?
yeah, because we are going to be forever.
Oh, man, a little bit of sentimental value behind it, I see.
Yeah, always, always. I am for real a very superstitious guy,
Yep,
and
yep.
I wear a lot of stones, and my whole house is full turquoise. Yeah. Well, I'm, yeah. I believe in that kind of stuff, you know. Also, I feel like we are all connected somehow.
Mm-hmm.
We need each other.
Yeah,
Sounds
definitely.
crazy, but yeah.
And what about, okay, let's talk. You know, we've spoken about Eternal Cash.
Yeah, man.
We you know about your team, your vision, goals, what you guys are currently doing now, what's happening. Does anybody in chat have any questions about Eternal Cash that that Harry
Yeah.
could answer? If you do, just say them, and we'll stop.
Any links for buy EC? Well, let me drop that.
Yeah,
Drop the links.
drop a
Yeah.
link.
Mm, mm,
And yeah, I was sitting here thinking, man, what's your view on Bitcoin? What do you see Bitcoin going to,
well,
being a
at
new
the
time
moment,
high?
I think at the moment it's very manipulated
Mm-hmm.
by some big players. Uh, we are. I'm. Well, it's just Defiance. He just sent me some documents about what I was reading, and yeah, it's one big manipulation. They want to try to get control, but
Oh,
Defiance also says this. I think that's why Defi is going to play a very big thing, because they can't regulate it. You know, it's harder to regulate Defi,
yeah, that's what.
and they're trying to regulate Bitcoin right now, but it will never work. And that's well, Elon Musk. Let's speak about, you know, I always thought like Elon Musk. I always thought he was somebody who inspired people, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that he is just yeah, he's just in it for the money, and he is some sort involved with, I don't know, but I don't know. He's a dirtbag, you know. I don't know, man. He plays weirdo games right now with the big dogs, and I don't know why he's doing this, but yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
not good.
I mean, that's definitely one way to look at it. I agree that he's definitely influencing people's mindsets on buying and selling crypto, like holding their bags or cashing out, and I dislike that fact. But also on the upside, I love how he's actually contributing to the development of some projects, as well as trying to help be a little bit more economical for Bitcoin itself, the network, with what he wants to do. It just so happens to be that he is quite an influential person, you know, and I don't. I mean, of course, he'd know that whatever he tweets is going to have some type of effect on crypto, right? And I fully understand that. But at the same time, I'm like you, man. I looked at Elon Musk as an idol. I believe that he's a really good innovator. He's. I would love to sit down and literally have 10 minutes with Elon Musk, man. Even just to ask him like questions, because I never used to be a big man on writing notes with my hand. I always thought, oh, I've got a fucking computer in front of me, I'll just type it. But I feel like there's something about grabbing a pen, a nice fine tipped pen, and writing down a question or writing down something important. It's a sense. It's a sense of feeling you get when when you write something down, and then when you pick up a book and read a book, I find
But
that
like,
that we learn
let's
more.
think about Elon Musk. Sorry
Yeah,
to
sorry,
interrupt you,
man.
but
Yeah.
that's Elon Musk. Why? That's why did he announce Bitcoin to buy Bitcoin and all that stuff? You know,
Mm.
he pumps it, and like a week, 2 weeks after it, he's gonna talk crap about it. Why?
Yeah, I mean, you see that.
Why is that?
I mean, that's
Why invest
more.
1.5 billion dollars in something and then
Mm,
talk crap about it? What
yeah.
is your idea about that? That's like
Well, we never will
I
know as
cannot.
well if Tesla actually sold their bags of Bitcoin. I mean, we'll never know that, and unless he, produced evidence, we sort of can't really, or we can speculate. But it's not a definitive answer. But I 100%, man, I fully agree
And
that
evidence
the
can be
manipulation in
provided
the
really
market.
easy
Yeah.
on blockchain.
What was that? Sorry.
You can provide evidence pretty easy on blockchain. You can show as Tesla, yeah, well, here's we bought Bitcoin here, and we still have it here.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's what Greg Sella is saying here. Um, it's just stock manipulation. That's what
Mm-hmm.
he's doing,
Yeah,
and yeah, it's
yeah.
true.
I've
And
seen
and 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 that's when I lost all my respect for him. I never thought that he had to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I've
thought he was like,
I think I've seen a
yeah,
lot
go on.
more, manipulation coming from a lot of other people, other than Elon. For example, a lot of the, yourself, you're talking about how they want to regulate DeFi, right?
Hmm.
I've been a huge believer that whenever Bitcoin has dropped in price, I always see the news and look at the news and see what was said. Whenever I see a huge drop, I think, okay, somebody somewhere influential has said something negative about blockchain or Bitcoin, and everybody's taking a liking to it. I find like there's fucking financial experts. There's and when you look at cryptocurrency as a whole, right? You have all these new people that are getting involved in blockchain that are literally 2 years old and they're calling themselves experts. Like
Yeah.
what the actual fuck?
Even
That
TikTokers, man, they call
dude,
themselves expert. What the
dude,
fuck?
it is, it's a little bit funny to laugh at, man. But I think about poor bugger little Timmy who's getting involved in Bitcoin or blockchain for the first
Yeah.
time, listens to these fucking absolute idiots, and they just ruin themselves, and they have such a bad experience. And we need more people to be open to a more positive experience. And I mean, I know the grind. I've been down that path myself. I know what it's like to grind and start from $0 in your bank or even negative amounts of money in your bank account. I know that grind. I've been there, done that. And you can't play the poor bugger me card or with me too much, but what I can do is facilitate a place where I can help educate and talk to people about my personal experiences, but also openly discuss everybody else's opinions. Like, there's nobody's in this space. Nobody is almost right and nobody is almost wrong. It's almost like a playing field. Like, we're always going to be leveled by whatever the movement is of the community. And I feel like the more people that are educated, the more people are going to be able to make better decisions. And then there's going to be less people that are going to be hurt by this, if Elon posts a tweet or if the Winklevoss twins say Bitcoin's gone to 500K. I mean, I was reading that this morning and I was like, what the fuck? Like, 500K? I'm like, I'm going to hold my bags for like 5 years then. But,
Mhm.
it's just sitting back and having a look at the entirety
I
of
think,
crypto, man. It's so fascinating.
but I think if people really want to know about blockchain and about how it works, I think for most people it's too hard to
Yeah,
understand.
it's overwhelming.
Um, Yeah, so I think the best way, and that's like in everything in life, we have to bring simplicity to it. It's like we have to get all that hard package from blockchain and all the information, and we have to like make a simple book from it,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
how to make monkeys understand. It sounds,
I
but
know what
yeah,
you mean. I
like
know what you mean.
if a
Yeah.
mon-
It's
like
just
and
layman's
then
terms. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, we have to make some sort of, but something not a shit talker have to make it. No, somebody who's been involved for a very long time. Somebody like Fidelec or Sergi from Chainlink, people like that. If they could make like a simplicity book for blockchain to make it simple, then it's going to be easier to make people understand the blockchain and how it works. Because basically people, uh, yeah, well, if I talk with the regular Joes that I know, and I talk about cryptocurrency, they only know Bitcoin, and they always think like, oh, it's for criminals, and criminals use it, and it's always the same shit talk about crypto, because they
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
simply don't know.
Exactly
So
right.
if we could like make some sort of manual to
I think we should develop a platform, an education platform for crypto. I think that's going to be the next big move that I'm going to be
but with
working on.
more simplicity. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Being
Yeah.
as simple and transparent as possible, and just
Yeah, but
and
simplicity is
guiding
always
people.
key.
Yeah. Exactly. Less is more. And
Yeah,
that's
man. Of
and
course.
and that's something that I've strongly been passionate about is like freedom of education. Well, not freedom of education, but like free, authentic information. Is provides great education. I mean, you can. Yeah,
No, it's the same like how our school system is working now. They are
yeah,
teaching our kids the wrong shit, basically, and it's
yeah.
like the people are only learning about Bitcoin through our media. Sometimes they hear us something about on the radio, or that
Mm-hmm,
Elon
mm-hmm.
Musk tweeted something about Bitcoin. But the real, like you're saying, they never experience the real stuff.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like
And they get caught
why
up. Yeah, they don't
why
know.
Bitcoin?
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Why the real reason of Bitcoin? They don't know. They don't know.
Exactly,
No, I
exactly
think
right, man.
like Grexilla is saying in the chat, I think maybe 10% knows. Something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah. Bitcoin's one of those things. I mean, anybody can be open to be the one that controls a chunk of Bitcoin. I mean, there's endless opportunity there um to bag a lot of Bitcoin. I mean, there's multiple ways you can do it, and the main thing is if we all jumped on that bandwagon of not being a controlled, um, a controlled decentralized asset, and we all moved money like water, everybody who jumps on board can go with the flow, and money would flow. Money would flow through everybody's pockets. And that's what people don't understand. There's always that one bugger who wants to dam up the fucking river. And that's
Yeah.
the problem about money and finance is greed. There'll always, but we need greedy people. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the world we live in today, and we wouldn't have had these opportunities that have started. I mean, it might have been a completely different world if everybody was wealthy, but I believe if people sort of didn't had the opportunity to look in crypto or jump in that 100 times project that gave them a big financial boost, they wouldn't maybe need to steal from the local corner store, or they wouldn't need to try and get discounts at the local supermarket because they need to save money for the week to pay electricity,
Yeah,
all
but the
that type of
government
stuff.
doesn't want that. The
Yeah,
government doesn't want that because the government wants you to do a 9 to 5 job
yeah,
for something
exactly.
they can print out. They can print it, and you're working your balls off it for it.
Yeah,
And the government doesn't want you to know. That's why the crypto is never getting the real the publicity that it deserves.
yeah,
That's why they only giving. That's the same about like COVID-19. They only
Oh
give
God.
media to the shit they want to get out. You know, it's
Yeah.
the same. They
Yeah,
don't want you to know.
that was a pretty crazy time when COVID first hit. I remember reading about the reports and all the cases and stuff like that across different countries, and like it was sad
Medicine,
to see, but I mean it was crazy times, absolute crazy
yeah, man.
times, and
Yeah.
you know we seen crypto absolutely skyrocketing for some reason. I I
Yeah,
just
but maybe that's why also crypto is kind of going down a little bit right now because there's getting more freedom in the world. I see soccer
exactly
stadiums are getting filled up again. There, people are getting more freedom again. So what you are going to see, people are not going to put money in stocks or cryptos. No, they're going to get out of the money out of there and they're going to use it again and because they are going to want to go on a holiday, they want to buy a new car and all that shit, you know. So that's also a little bit happening at the moment, you know. So it's
exactly,
it's
and that's the flow,
I'm
natural
not.
flow.
Yeah, of course, man, and that's good because now can people step in cheap again,
Yeah,
and
exactly,
yeah, it's good.
exactly right, and yeah, that's why I fully believe that natural flow of money, especially in blockchain, if we all try and be on board that same sort of boat, you know, it's going to be a smooth ride, you know, down that river for all of us, and we're all going to be able to benefit, and we're all going to be able to enjoy ourselves. We're all going to be able to have that freedom, and I mean, projects like Eternal Cash, man, you know they're going to be able to float as well on you know, down that river and be you know be a place and a platform for others to you know be able to have an opportunity to secure themselves in a little bit of financial freedom or to you know buy that car or pay those extra bills or whatever it may be, whatever goals people have, you know. And I really do hope that you know, over the course of the coming weeks that I get my ass into gear because, you know, I really do want to bring out a platform myself where I'll be able to help facilitate education with cryptocurrency and help guide people stepping into the space, you know, being involved in the space and then trading the space as well. Very big things. And I mean, yeah, I'm doing this because I love it. I mean, I don't have a specific. I don't. The only goal I have is to be able to help. I don't need to take money from anybody. I don't need to try and you know make a living or anything like that. I'm just here because I love blockchain. I love crypto. I love seeing projects like Eternal Cash, and I really do want to be a person that people can come to and ask questions and receive the actual authentic genuine help, you know, from a
Yeah,
non-biased
but
point of
that's
view.
you. You also sound like that. That's why you know. I think was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I don't know.
Mm.
My time frames in my head are gone.
Yeah,
But
me
I
too.
said to you, man, you got the perfect voice, man. You have to do this. If you start something like what we are doing right now, you know, it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
uh, we are start. It starts small right now, you know.
of course.
If I see it's well, if I think we got 12 people watching right now, we got 12
We
people
had 16,
listen
man.
to
We're famous
yeah, like
already.
it's great, but you know. So with every stream you build, and you get more people, and you get. And I think you're, yeah, man. I think it's a good way to bring simplicity to crypto and to be honest and transparent and yeah, and I think it's a good way because normally to get people like me or doing an interview, normally you have to pay fucking a lot of money to do an interview. You know, they're like
Yeah,
you're like, oh man, I got Harry on my stream. You know, you're like, oh man, I got somebody to talk with. You know, and
yeah,
that's good. You know, and that's
yeah.
yeah, I like
Genuine
that.
interaction. Just that's all
That's
I'm
why I
after.
also support this. I never support a fucking YouTuber or something. I never tweet about anybody or whatever. That's why I feel like this is something good. That's why I support it, and I think it's yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh,
eventually this will be like, yeah, it's going to be good, man. I even see Greg Zilla here, and that's yeah, it's that's good. That's good.
awesome, man. Well, I really do appreciate your time today, and I really do appreciate you answering what questions I had, and having a talk with us about blockchain and crypto space, and yeah, man. I like you have my vote with Eternal Cash, man. I'm definitely going to be on board, and I'm excited to see the project moving forward. I can't wait to see what you guys bring out, and what like how the platform's built, and just see the overall transformation of Eternal Cash, and just see its value and what people see it as themselves as well. And it would be great to be able to keep tabs and keep in contact with you and stuff like that as well,
Yeah, man.
to maintain that relationship, and yeah, keep connected.
Yeah, let's maybe do a next time with Logic and Defiance.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, that'll
yeah,
definitely be
because
awesome.
yeah, maybe we do another time because they're busy right now. But yeah, man, I think yeah, man, we should do that. Maybe I will do this. I will jump in like a monthly thing, like yeah, talk about yeah, stuff like this. I think it's cool.
Yeah, awesome. No problems, man. Well, again, thank you very much for your time. Um,
Yeah, man.
I'll get going, and I'll take a look at the charts, see what they're doing, have my opinion, and then I might go call it quits and go make a nice coffee. I think
Yeah, man. Okay, man.
easy peasy, no problems at all. Well, again, lovely speaking to you. Really
Yeah,
excited to
man.
see where Eternal Cash goes, man, and we'll keep in contact, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, likewise, man. And everybody, let me say, everybody who came to the stream and who been watching us, thank you, and thank you, C, Zach, and yeah, man, we will talk soon.
No problems, man. Thank you very much for your time, man. You have a good
Bye.
evening.
Yo, you too.
All right, see you, dude. Awesome, guys. Now that was absolutely wicked. Really, really enjoyed myself there with Harry, and thank you so much, dude, for getting on, having a chat, being honest, and I really do see big things happening with EC. Um, looking at it from a sort of a business perspective, asking some questions. The way Harry answered them, I strongly believe these guys are actually in it for their community. They're in it for people. They're not. It doesn't seem like they're gonna rug everybody. Which, if it's a term, if you're new here and that's a term you haven't heard or you've been hearing, and you don't understand what rugging means. It's when someone's standing on a rug and you pull the rug out from underneath them and they fall flat on their head. Well, that's exactly. It's the same terminology in crypto, except all your money goes. And I don't believe that these guys are going to do anything like that. If anything, I think they're going to put a rug down, put a chair on top, and sit you in that chair, and then feed you grapes. I think that's how these guys are going to be able to treat you. And they seem like a pretty good team, pretty switched on, and it's good that they have those three pillars: that hacker, the hipster, and the hustler. And I'm really, really excited to see where they go. So let's have a quick look at BTC USD. We haven't seen the fall down. We've seen a major pump or major boost up in price to this 39,200 or 39,000, let's just say. But looking at these candlesticks, I mean, there is a little bit of sells at the top there, but that doesn't mean to say that it is falling, or it may not still continue to fall. It's just, as we said, the community involved in crypto or blockchain itself, it's a very unorthodox place. You don't know if it's going up, if it's going down, if it's going left, if it's going right. It really just depends on the community, and a lot of influential people like Elon or the Winklevoss twins, who have really big bag sizes in Bitcoin. Whatever they say or do that is involving the blockchain, that impacts people. You know, people will more than likely listen to an influencer who's got such a status like Elon or like those twins or, you know, those financial experts that we spoke about earlier. You know, they're the influential people in this space that a lot of people will listen to, and you don't necessarily need to listen to what they tweet about. You just because they tweet something and all of a sudden it goes down doesn't mean you need to sell. It doesn't. It really doesn't. With blockchain, I believe you should take their stuff as a grain of salt. Understand, you know, if they've tweeted something and the market's or price has fallen, just, you know, if you're holding on to Bitcoin, that's fine. If you're trading, that's a whole new ball game. I mean, trading it, then that's when you need to consider it as important information, because you're looking for a position to enter in on a buy or a sell. You're looking to make money on the price going up or the price going down, and that's what trading is. Okay, completely separate from exchanging or swapping or spot swap or anything like that. Your cryptocurrency exchange will normally consist of multiple methods of swapping, transferring, converting, and exchanging tokens. So I fully believe that when you're looking at trades is when you sort of need to consider not listening to, but taking the fundamental news on board. So take it on board, but take it with a grain of salt. Just because someone says something positive and price goes up does not necessarily mean that's the overall move, okay? So, you know, we need to be careful about this. I believe if we do break through this 41,108.57 price, we will see Bitcoin begin that massive bull run again and continue going up, much like, and this is something, I know this is Forex and I know I'll refer back to it, but this NASDAQ 100 index, if we look at weekly, right? Tell me what the bloody hell this has done since it started. Tell me. I mean, there's been huge dips in it, yes. But if we look at it from a weekly perspective, what the bloody hell has it done? It's literally just kept going up, right? That's looking at it from its most, don't just forget about the lines and everything. It's just we're looking at what the price has done. And to me, like, this is COVID, and without COVID, we'd probably be a little bit higher here. But it's just gone up. Now, if we do the same thing with Bitcoin and we have a look at Bitcoin, I'm not saying that's exactly what's happening or what it's doing. Bitcoin's a very early asset. It's not, I guess it's been around since 2008, 9, I believe. I can't think when the first block was mined, but we're looking at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. We see that same sort of direction. It just looks extremely bullish. Now, don't get me wrong, we could literally still just fly down and it'd be disastrous for everybody. But we want to look at this from a more simple point of view so we can understand and have a fair idea about where we think price is going to be heading to. And while we have that idea, we also want to just follow the price. Because if we're trading, we want to jump in a position, in a trade, and we want it to go into the direction we jump in the trade, right? It doesn't matter if it's going up or down. Who cares? Who cares where it goes? I don't care. I don't care if Bitcoin dropped to... Well, I mean, I would, because I would buy heaps of it more, like a lot more. But if I don't care if it shoots up to 140,000 and I miss a position, or I miss the first entry or the reversal. It doesn't matter if you miss an entry. The next day, there's always another opportunity. The same with the Forex market here. It doesn't matter if you miss an opportunity, because there's always going to be tomorrow. You can always wake up, refresh yourself, put yourself in a positive mind, and really go again, try again, learn from your mistakes. And if you're having trouble learning, talk to me, ask me questions. If you have questions about terms that I use personally, or terms you've seen other YouTubers or people that trade. I'm a very simplistic trader. I trade a lot differently from a lot of different people, and I'm not always right. When I am right, I feel like King Dick, and everybody feels like that, and it's a good feeling. You can feel like that when you trade and when you look at your positions and when you get positions right, and it's a really cool feeling. And on top of that, the bonus is you're cashing in, you're making money, and it's a good thing. Now, one thing I do want to touch on when you are trading or when you're looking for trades, right? Don't think about the money and don't use money as your motivation. If you really want to improve your trading or get better at spotting entries, look at getting from A to B as safe as possible. Now, if you got a notepad handy, getting from A to B as safe as possible means 1, assessing your risk. Do you have enough capital for that trade? 2, is that trade that you're doing too big? So by too big, I mean too lengthy. Like, are you aiming for the moon? Do you have a target of 140% like this? A position of this size is definitely you definitely shouldn't be looking for positions like this if you're just starting out. If you are experienced, you still need to do a lot of assessment. Do you have the capital? Are you willing to risk? Can you mentally commit to that position? I know a lot of people be like, yeah, I'll do it. They buy or they sell, all of a sudden, bam, they close that position. It results in a loss. They've lost more than what they would have if they just let it ride the position out and hit their stop loss. So thinking about these things, A to B, as safe as possible. Risk management. Do you have enough capital? How big your position is? Aim for 1 to 2% gain. 1% is generally fine, but aim for small gains and write yourself a literal logbook or a timesheet and say, I would love to make 2% this week or 3% this week. If you are wrong in one position, so be it. Everybody's going to be wrong sometimes, okay? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you improve. You always seek to improve, and you are going to lose money when you trade. Okay? Nobody's not ever going to not lose money. It's impossible. So if you just think about getting from A to B as safe as possible, you're going to look at trading from a completely different perspective, and it's going to be a little bit easier. That's how I learned. I used to sit here and go, oh my God, like, far out, 99%. That's massive gain. Like, oh, if I did 4 lots on that, that's fucking 400K. That's massive. I used to think like that. And sometimes I still do the measuring. I mean, I measure and I go, oof, that looks like a good position. I don't think, oh my God, like the money. I look and I go, far out, that looks like a great position. How can I get in on that? And this is when I assess price. That's the only time I assess price. So you notice the size of these positions. People don't really look for these types of positions. I mean, I don't know anybody who publicly looks for them aside from banks and Forex and all that type of stuff. But these are massive. These are huge bloody positions in crypto, in trading. And when you start looking at like the size of the position in terms of how big it is and how much money you're putting into them. If you're looking at 50 BTC, that's when you start talking big money, especially when you start hitting those take profits and whatnot, and life-changing type of stuff. These can be casual positions. They can end up being like they should be your end goal. Where I was talking with a friend, Jason, just the other day, and I said, wouldn't it be nice to just wake up, be in your bathrobe, walk into your office, look at your massive monitor, look at the charts, you don't see anything, then you just walk out and go to the beach for the day. Like, wouldn't that be nice where you're at that point where you look at the charts and you go, no, I don't see any positions worth taking, I'm out. That's exactly what you should practice starting today, starting now. If you don't see a position, you don't need to be in the market. If you do want to, if you have that urge, right, eating at you, hop off the computer, don't look at a chart, or go play a game, go spend time with your family or loved ones. Otherwise, it'll start eating away at you, and that's when you'll start that slow descent downhill, and that's where it becomes really difficult to get out and have that positive attitude and positive mind and try to learn more and whatnot. That's where it becomes difficult. But if you're consistent, you are consistent, persistent, and dedicated, the PPD, you'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, look at small goals, write them down. If you need a hand with writing what goals you should have or you should start with, it doesn't matter if you're embarrassed and you don't want to publicly say it in like our little Telegram community. That's completely fine. Just DM me, okay? I'm always open to questions and whatnot. So if you guys have any, just let me know. And yeah, doing these goals really good, guys. I promise you. It's probably it's a way that I believe, I sucked at learning. I learnt differently from others, and if you're struggling or if you do want to learn, I believe that this is a really a simple way of learning and watching price. So yeah, looking at Bitcoin right now, that $41,000 price, if we break through, if we have a lot of bullish pressure, we will see a candle come down and we'll see a tail on the week. If it was going to continue bullish, we will see that happen, and that would be your entry if you do miss. Or if it doesn't come down to these 19,721.6 or 28,851. I did tweet these numbers and Ethereum as well. I don't even have Ethereum here. Let me just load up ETH. Okay, maybe I didn't save the chart, did I? Surely I did. Where is it? Where's my Ethereum chart? Well, there it goes. Might need to have a look for that. But yeah, guys, looking at prices, I did tweet them out on Twitter, so check them out. And today, I mean, looking at daily, nothing's really happening. I see this may be a top. We may continue that sell-off down. We didn't if we sort of zoom in a little bit like this, make the candles a little bit bigger, I didn't see any break or any more bullish pressure up past 40,000. It can reverse at any time though. That's the beauty about cryptos. You need to be able to, if you want to follow price, you got to be on top of it. So creating alerts, for example, whenever you mark a price, you can simply create an alert on that line, which is really cool. So you can say when it's crossing it, and once per minute, so it'll beep or announce or whatever every time it hits that and it's crossing it. So if you're on a daily candle, it'll literally beep for so many bloody minutes. I wouldn't recommend that, but put it on maybe 4 hours or whatnot, and do it maybe once per bar or once per bar close, so set up these alerts. That's why they're there. Set them up so you can understand exactly what's happening with price, so you can follow it. And when you're following it, then you know when you've marked on your chart prices that you believe it will reverse or go down or go up or whatever direction, you can execute a trade from that. And that's how I trade as a price action trader. And this is not considering any news. This is purely just following the price. If I want to find out why price went here or went there, that's when I'll look at fundamental news. So people tweeting or books or stories or whatever on the internet. So yeah, we'll go down to 4 hours, have a little bit of a sticky beak. Okay, so before, see how I told you how we'll see a candle sort of come down like a tail end of the candle and continue bullish? That's sort of what we've seen here. So we've seen this massive bullish push, and then we've seen this bearish candle. So all the sellers started pushing price down, and then buyers got back in, pushed it up. More than likely, we may start to see a lot more downside now. Because this candle, if you're looking at that from a graphical point of view, that candle normally represents there was an immense amount of bullish pressure or buyers that were involved in the market, and then all of a sudden those bears or the people selling off or what have you overruled or overrun it, and it does look like we may have hit a little bit of a top here, and I think this is where we're going to start seeing that price push down. If we do hit this 28,851 and we start seeing a strong rejection, I mean, looking at that, even if you looked at a tiny little position, well, I'm sorry, that's not tiny. 42% is massive. But if you're sort of semi-experienced with trading, you could really look at a 5% position with good risk, and the rebound of that, 5%, that's a massive gain. You wouldn't need to trade again for the bloody week. That 5% is huge. So if we do come down to this price, which I believe we are going to see, we'll more than likely see another candlestick like similar to this. It will then, this will activate another long for me. And if you guys are gonna get in, I'll make sure to be streaming that when it happens, so you guys will be able to see a nice big position. Just that's completely transparent, so you'll see, all that's my cash. It's not going to be anything fake. You'll see that I'm actually committing to my positions, and if I am wrong, I cop that on the chin. I will not make an excuse. I'll say, okay, well, I obviously read this wrong. Why was I wrong? And that's where I'll look at it. But yeah, guys, this is all we're gonna do today. Well, this morning. I mean, it's a nice and early. Well, 11:46 ain't really early, but it's been a nice day so far. It's been great speaking with everybody, and I really do appreciate everybody listening, tuning in, and whatnot. Check out the blog. We're going to be releasing some cool terms, some terminology that's used in crypto and DeFi space. Ones that you may have heard of and seen floating around that you may not understand or have seen before, even some new ones. And once we've finished that article, we're going to be writing up the next one, which will more than likely be an interview or another report on another meme coin. I'm hoping to see if I can get more projects and talk with their developers and their project leaders, and just be not a voice, but be that person that talks to projects that I'm interested in and that I enjoy and like, and they might be projects that you guys can come to like or enjoy as well. Otherwise, you don't need to invest in this in these types of stuff if you don't really want. If you want to show your support, then by all means, we're here with ears ready to listen, and we I hope to do you guys well and make sure you guys take something out of every time we stream. So again, thank you all for coming along, and I really do appreciate it, and I'll speak to you guys really soon.